In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 NBA games happening on November 21st, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Baylor versus St. John's. The Baylor Bears and the St. John's Red Storm are set to face off in a highly anticipated first-round matchup at the Bahamar Hoops Bahamas Championship on Thursday night. This tournament features a competitive field of 4 teams, all from Power 5 conferences, making for an exciting slate of games. Baylor enters the contest with a 3-1 record, having completed all of their games in non-conference play as they prepare to dive into Big 12 competition in the upcoming new year. Meanwhile, St. John's has maintained a perfect record of 4-0 so far, continuing their non-conference schedule as they look ahead to the challenges of their Big East season. The Baylor Bears will take on the St. John's Red Storm in the opening game of the Bahamas Championship, a mini-tournament featuring 4 strong teams. The winner of this match will go on to play the victor of the Tennessee versus Virginia game, advancing to the final. Baylor has managed to regain their momentum after a tough opening night loss to Gonzaga, winning 3 consecutive games, including a hard-fought 72-67 victory over Arkansas. As for the Red Storm, they have lived up to their preseason expectations with a flawless 4-0 record, highlighted by a commanding win over New Mexico. This matchup promises to be a thrilling contest between 2 talented teams, but one side may hold an edge in certain aspects of the game. After Baylor's embarrassing 101-point loss to Gonzaga in their season opener, head coach Scott Drew recognized the need for immediate changes, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. Against Arkansas, Drew introduced a defensive adjustment by switching to a 1-1-3 zone, a strategy that he famously utilized during the early 2010 seconds. This adjustment proved effective, particularly against an Arkansas team that struggled with shooting. The change could also present problems for St. John's, as it forces opponents to alter their offensive approach. Additionally, Drew emphasized slowing down the pace of play to reduce the number of transition opportunities, an area where St. John's excels. By compelling the Red Storm to rely more on jump shots, Baylor could capitalize on an area where they are more comfortable, especially given their struggles in man-to-man defense. Baylor also has multiple avenues for success on offense, with one key strength being their dominance on the offensive glass. The Bears rank 15th nationally in offensive rebound rate, led by standout Norchad Amir. This could exploit a noticeable weakness in St. John's defense, as they rank 166th in the country in defensive rebound rate. Baylor should also find success running pick-and-roll plays, given their depth of talented guards. St. John's defense has shown vulnerability in defending these actions, ranking in the 19th percentile against pick-and-roll ball handlers, according to Synergy data. Offensively, Baylor is likely to have a slight advantage and a marked edge in efficiency. St. John's has struggled with turnovers this season, ranking 226th nationally, despite having a relatively soft schedule to begin the year. This trend plays directly into Baylor's strengths, as they are an aggressive team defensively, but also one that protects the basketball well. St. John's will pose a challenge with their defense, which ranks 35th in scoring defense nationally. However, the Red Storm have yet to face a team with the firepower that Baylor possesses. Historically, teams coached by Rick Pitino tend to improve around the midway point of the season, and with a largely revamped roster, that progression is expected to take place as the Big East schedule unfolds. Since their heavy defeat to Gonzaga, Baylor has managed to bounce back with 3 consecutive wins, including an important victory over Arkansas. The Bears' improved defense and more efficient scoring around the rim have helped them get back on track. For St. John's, this game will be a significant test, as it marks their first matchup of the season against a Power 5 opponent. While they have managed to maintain an undefeated record, all of their games have been played at home. Baylor is likely to dominate the paint and control the rebounding battle, while their guard play, particularly on the defensive end, could create significant problems for St. John's. Considering these factors, along with Baylor's experience in playing away from home, they are positioned to have the upper hand in this matchup. St. John's, which has yet to leave New York this season, will be challenged in this unfamiliar environment. Unless St. John's has an exceptional shooting performance, Baylor's defense, especially in their zone defense, matches up well against the Red Storm's offense. Furthermore, Baylor's superior scoring depth should prove to be the deciding factor. Therefore, the Baylor Bears to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both Baylor and St. John's will be playing in an unfamiliar venue on Thursday night, and a combination of the new surroundings and the presence of two disciplined, athletic defenses suggests that both teams will experience below-average shooting performances. St. John's defense has been highly effective, ranking 35th in both scoring defense and field goal defense nationally. Built in Rick Pitino's signature style, the Red Storm employ aggressive, on-ball defense that forces opponents into difficult shots. Neither team is particularly strong from beyond the arc, so the three-point shot may not play as significant a role in this matchup. Additionally, St. John's struggles with ball protection, which will likely limit both their scoring opportunities and overall possessions. Baylor enters the game ranked 279th in pace of play, so expect them to execute a deliberate, methodical offensive approach throughout the game. St. John's recent defensive success has contributed to the underhitting in their last two games, and defense will certainly be a crucial factor in determining the outcome of this contest. With both teams expected to run down the shot clock on many possessions, a slow-paced, low-scoring game seems likely. St. John's ranks 123rd in tempo, according to Ken Palm, while Baylor is much slower, ranking 272nd in tempo. This difference in pace will likely contribute to a game characterized by fewer possessions and lower scoring totals. As a result, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Texas Tech versus St. Joseph's. The UKG Legends Classic continues with its second matchup of the evening, featuring the Texas Tech Red Raiders taking on the St. Joseph's Hawks. The stakes are high as the winner will advance to the championship game to face off against the victor of the Syracuse versus Texas showdown. Texas Tech enters the contest fresh off a dominant home victory against Arkansas Pine Bluff, defeating them 98-64. However, despite their sizable win, they failed to cover the hefty 40.5-point spread. Meanwhile, St. Joseph's is riding the momentum of a decisive 86-69 win over Pennsylvania in a Big Five matchup, comfortably covering the 7.5-point spread as favorites. Under the guidance of head coach Grant McCaslin, Texas Tech is quickly establishing itself as a powerhouse, and their recent performances suggest they are a force to be reckoned with. The Red Raiders have steamrolled their way to a 4-0 record, posting an astonishing average margin of victory of plus 34 points. Their closest contest thus far was a 21-point triumph over Northwestern State. What sets Texas Tech apart is their stifling defense, which has held opponents to an average of just 60 points per game. They currently rank 15th nationally in adjusted defensive efficiency, allowing a mere 94 points per 100 possessions. With such dominance on both offense and defense, this team appears to be firing on all cylinders. In contrast, St. Joseph's has yet to record a win that truly stands out this season, making this matchup an uphill battle for the Hawks. While the Red Raiders have some vulnerability on the perimeter, the likelihood of St. Joseph's exploiting this weakness seems slim, especially given the disparity in overall team strength. Texas Tech ranks in the top 25 nationally in both offensive and defensive metrics and boasts a top 6 shooting percentage. The Red Raiders are averaging a remarkable 34-point margin of victory per game, while St. Joseph's struggles to crack the top 200 in shooting percentages. Given these disparities, Texas Tech is poised to dominate, so the Texas Tech Red Raiders to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Offensively, the Red Raiders are among the best in the nation, ranking 12th in adjusted offensive efficiency with an impressive 117.5 points scored per 100 possessions. They are also 15th in raw scoring, averaging 93.5 points per game. On the other hand, St. Joseph's has shown some offensive versatility, with 4 players averaging at least 12 points per game. This balance could help the Hawks reach the 6-5 to 7-0-point range in this contest, despite the significant challenge posed by Texas Tech's defense. Additionally, St. Joseph's ranks 87th in adjusted tempo, averaging 71.1 possessions per 40 minutes. If the Hawks can push the pace and maintain a faster tempo, this game has the potential to exceed the projected total. For that reason, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Tennessee versus Virginia hash. Number 11 Tennessee will face off against Virginia in the opening round of the Bahamas Championship on Thursday, November 21st. The Volunteers enter the matchup with a perfect 4-0 record, highlighted by 3 dominant victories over mid-major opponents to start their season. Their most impressive win thus far came on the road against Louisville, showcasing their ability to perform in challenging environments. Meanwhile, the Cavaliers have also started strong, holding a 3-0 record, including a notable neutral site victory over Villanova in their most recent game. Both teams will be looking to maintain their unbeaten status in this highly anticipated matchup. This game will feature 2 of the premier programs in college basketball, both known for their tenacious defense. However, Tennessee comes into the contest with a more polished offense and a seasoned point guard, which should provide a critical advantage against Virginia's stifling man-to-man defense. The Volunteers also boast a coaching edge, as head coach Rick Barnes is among the best in the game, while Virginia's Tony Sanchez is still gaining experience at this level. Tennessee's balanced efficiency on both ends of the court could prove decisive in this relatively even matchup. With the Volunteers ranking as the nation's top shooting team and their ability to neutralize opponents on defense, they appear well positioned to pull away in a tight contest. Early in the game, the teams are likely to engage in a feeling-out process, resulting in a closely contested first half. However, Tennessee's sharpshooting should eventually break through Virginia's elite defense, while the Cavaliers' slower tempo and less potent offense will make it difficult for them to keep pace. The Volunteers currently lead the nation in field goal percentage and rank 17th in defensive field goal percentage, giving them a distinct edge on both ends of the court. Virginia's offense, which has struggled to generate consistent scoring opportunities, will likely find itself stifled by Tennessee's disciplined defensive schemes. The Volunteers have been dominant in their first 4 games, including a commanding 22-point victory on the road against Louisville. On the other hand, while Virginia has excelled defensively, limiting opponents to just 54 points per game, their offense has been less impressive. The Cavaliers will need to dictate the pace and slow the game down significantly to have a chance at an upset. However, Tennessee's offensive firepower and overall talent should be too much for Virginia to handle, so the Tennessee Volunteers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Virginia's methodical pace of play, ranking as the 3rd slowest in the nation, remains unchanged under their new head coach. While this style allows them to control the tempo, their offense has been relatively efficient, shooting 49% from the field. Tennessee, however, has been even better, leading the nation with an outstanding 58.1% shooting percentage. Despite the slow pace, the game is unlikely to be low-scoring due to Tennessee's offensive efficiency. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.